Yeah, we're in the kitchen with Chef Bob from Farm Fresh this morning. And Chef Bob, what are we making?
Good morning. Hey, we're making a jambalaya.
Yum.
And the reason, basically, we were wanted to do something. You know, recently it's been cold. And we
Okay.
kind of got warm. Now it's getting cold again.
Sounds
but
good.
we want to do a one-pot type of thing. I don't like to wash a lot of things. And
Right.
If we can go throw it in one pot, great. It's it's less for us to do.
I completely agree. Tell us about the ingredients we got that we're putting in the pot.
Okay. Of course, you can get all these ingredients at Farm Fresh.
Of course.
We start with the chicken, and the chicken. This one we're using a boneless, skinless thigh meat.
Okay.
You can definitely, if you want to, in your preference, you can go with some breast meat.
Okay.
But this is out of our Wild Harvest organic line.
Okay.
And it's already boned. It's ready to go. Just cut it up to the pieces you want.
Perfect.
Andouille sausage.
Andouille sausage.
Andouille sausage. It's a Louisiana theme based type of sausage. It has a little bit of spice to it.
Okay.
We'll give some flavor, real rounded flavor to this dish. The shrimp we have here, we have some large shrimp, 1620 shrimp, and the reason I'm going to kind of say that 1620 count is a reason. There's a like when you went to Sam Russ earlier.
Yes.
And you know the 1620 refers to, or there's different sizes, refers to how many shrimp approximately in a pound.
Okay, but
so it's a sizing guideline.
Okay, but you're not going to make me eat that raw, are you?
No.
Okay, good.
I won't do it like,
Good,
like the oyster you did.
All right, move along then. That's
okay.
great.
We have some diced onions.
Okay.
Diced peppers. You have yellow and green.
Great.
Celery. Some chopped garlic. Some herbs. We have the bay leaves and fresh thyme. A little Cajun spice we're going to do right here.
Okay.
Rice, and I use a converted rice. The Uncle Ben's is great. And basically, it doesn't get over starchy.
Okay.
And that's what we're trying to do. And there's a process that they pre-cook it and do.
Okay.
We'll save that for another day.
Okay, sounds good. Well,
Crushed
let's get
tomatoes,
started.
so, yeah.
All right.
Okay, we're going to add a little bit of
Oil first?
yeah.
All right.
Olive oil here, about 2 ounces.
2 ounces.
Okay,
All
so
right,
steam it up.
Very good.
And we're going to go ahead and add and saute. If you want to go ahead and add the. Yeah, it's going.
Just dump them in?
Yeah, dump them in. Let's go in. Okay.
Ooh, it's sizzling.
Let's go in. We definitely got a hot pan here, and then garlic, and we'll give that a stir.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, that smells amazing.
Yeah.
All right, well this looks awesome. It's sizzling, it's smelling good, but right now we're going to head back and take a look at the weather.
We're going back to the kitchen with Kelly and Chef Bob.
Yeah, Chef Bob's here from Farm Fresh this morning, and we're making some jambalaya, and this smells amazing. So what have you done in the meantime?
In the meantime, we went ahead. We had started with the garlic and onions, and then we
Okay.
went ahead and browned the chicken.
Okay.
Browned that off, and then we added the andouille sausage. And we want to just expel the flavors and the oils out of that to get it cooking. Then we added all the vegetables, the herbs. And what it did with a little bit, it's a procedure they call it deglaze, and I added a little sherry to kind of lift the flavors off the bottom of the pan.
Okay.
At this point, let's go ahead and add the rice.
Okay.
And I'm gonna, and then go ahead, just stir that in. And
See, I thought you always had to cook rice separate and then add it into.
This is one of those dishes you can just put everything together.
Okay.
And let's go ahead and get stirred in real good if you
Okay.
can. And then we're going to
Got a
add
pot shot there.
we're adding the liquids.
Liquids, okay.
Yeah, this is the chicken broth, and I'm going
Now,
ahead.
how do you pour without getting really messy? Because it always splashes back up on me.
One, try to pour away from yourself.
Okay.
And number two is, if you can, put the spoon down and you just kind of catch it
On the spoon.
on the spoon so it doesn't splash.
Good tip. I didn't know that would do that.
Sure. And I guess a couple other tips while we're talking here.
Yeah, tell me.
When you're making a recipe for the first time, read it all the way through the first time.
Okay.
Read the whole directions. And I know guys are bad at that and
Yes.
asking for directions running on the road.
For actual directions.
Yeah. Oh, and Christmas Eve, putting that bike together, things like that. But we eventually. But read it all the way through.
Okay.
And then try to get all your ingredients all set up. And that's the mise en place. Put everything in place. That's a kind of French term for saying everything in place.
Okay.
And then the third one is taste it as you go along.
Ooh.
You don't want to. You can adjust as you go. Not every recipe is perfect. And you don't want to test it and make your guests be the guinea pig.
Right,
You
right.
want to know what you're serving to them.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and I'm going to turn up the heat a little bit.
Okay.
We're going to go ahead.
Let me put my spoon in.
Put your spoon
so
in.
you can pour it.
Right. I'm going to pour it away from me.
That's so
And,
amazing. I'm so
this is-
excited that you taught me that too.
Oh. And I've many years have. My wife had to kind of work on getting the spots off my clothes.
Yeah, I was
because
going to say,
I
that
did
white
it.
jacket.
So, and I'm going to go ahead. I'm adding a little bit more today just because I know we have enough to feed the whole crew today.
Absolutely. I like the way you think. Now, is this something that
Okay.
They appreciate it. Is this something you can put in a crock pot and make?
You can, and it can be done, but you have to kind of alter this a little bit. And
Okay.
the thing is, you could get to this point, put it in a crock pot, and I think you probably let it go for about 3 hours or so on medium high. I forgot what the settings are.
Okay.
But you want to cook the rice separately, and then at the very end, add it in. If you add the rice now to it and let it simmer for that long, you just have a big bowl of rice.
Gotcha.
So, but we want to have this just to be a little bit, show every little ingredient, a little bit more of the, the individual characteristics.
Sounds
and we
good.
add a little bit of hot sauce here.
Okay.
And if you want to do that, and that's kind of a preference,
Just a little bit or a
you
lot
might
of it?
You might want a little bit, kind of be conscious of what your guests are having. They can always
They
add
like
more
it
later.
spicy. My guests like it spicy.
I know Nick likes it spicy too, so
Cool. Well,
that bro moment, right?
well, we are going to mix this up, and after this wonderful meal, you might need a workout. I know I'm going, but we're going to have some details on a local program that lets you socialize and break a sweat at the same time, and then we'll be back to check on this jambalaya. I've been in the kitchen tasting this yummy jambalaya with Chef Bob from Farm Fresh. And now tell me, what have you done here?
Okay, well, actually, last time when we left, we had all the liquids in there.
Okay.
Covered it, brought it up to a boil, and then kind of let it simmer for a while. But we had the shrimp. We still need to add the shrimp in. We didn't want to add that in too early because we didn't want to overcook.
Sure.
So the last 10 minutes, we had the shrimp in and let it kind of work in.
Good
And now it's just simmered out. At this point, it's on the soupy side. You can continue to cook it, and the rice will continue to absorb some of the liquids.
Okay.
And it could be to a point where it's actually like a rice casserole, and it can be put onto a plate.
I like that.
But we can also do like we're going to do today, like in a bowl.
We're going the bowl route
We're in
today.
the bowl route today. Right.
Okay, sounds good.
And I thought this is a great item because it can be a Super Bowl item.
Yes.
It can be cooked within about 35 minutes.
I wish it could be cooked in 35 seconds.
Yeah. But we do go, it's a great one-pot thing.
Cool. Well, why don't we go ahead and serve some of this in some of our bowls? Yeah.
And then we have Gina here from
Hi.
our wine educator that will show us some pairings.
Got some great
wines.
pairings.
We do have some great pairings today, but there's a lot of flavors going on in Chef Bob's Jambalaya. And sometimes with wine, that can be a bit of a challenge when you're doing pairing. But if you remember to always match the weight and body of the wine with the weight and body of your dish, you can't go wrong.
Okay.
That being said, first wine we have here is Primarius Pinot Gris. No oak. Oak and spices do not complement each other, so no oak.
Good tip.
So this is Pinot Gris.
Great.
Has enough body to match the andouille sausage, but a little bit of sweetness to counterbalance the heat.
Good. Good
The
deal.
red wine we have today is an Andre Brunel Grenache, wonderfully juicy with fruit, but also has some black pepper on the finish. Nice compliment to the jambalaya.
Very good. Now you can get all this at Farm Fresh, correct?
Absolutely.
From the wine opener to the glasses to the
Everything in
wine.
our wine cellars.
Wonderful.
Absolutely.
Very cool. Well, we're going to dish this up. We're going to get everyone to come over here and try it. Thanks, Bob, for coming in today.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you.